Hello everybody, right, so we are going to make the pastry for a pasty. Now if you try saying that too quickly, you can't, it's hard work. So we are making Cornish pasty pastry, okay? We're going to go from scratch. This is going to be for one of my Friday night fakeaway lives, which is tomorrow night. No, it's tonight, sorry. But I'm going to make the pastry in advance, and then all we have to do is roll it out. And you should too. About 2 to 3 hours, chilled, wrapped and chilled in the fridge is great. Mine's going to be about half a day, but it won't make no odds. Just get it done before. If you're short of time, half an hour will do, but ideally want to rest. Right, so we'll zero off our scales and put in 500 grams of strong flour, okay? Or bread flour, whatever you want to call it. Come on, 300, 400, whoop, here we go. 500, magic. Okay, and into that we want to put, stop rustling, yep, a teaspoon of salt and mix it in together, okay? Then we're gonna put in our butter and our, come on, there we go. All right, a teaspoon of salt, that's done, mix it in. And then we're gonna weigh out our lard and our butter. And we're gonna add those in, and we're gonna get our hands dirty. We're gonna make it, so it's basically, if you've ever made a crumble, you've got to work it in with your hands and melt the lard and all the rest of it. So look, there's our flour mix. Now let's weigh out our lard. Zero off the scales again. And we need about 100 grams, okay? So, and put Eco-Toe. See if my eyes are good. I reckon that's about 100 grams. What are you guessing? 100 grams? 88 miles off. 88 miles an hour, Marty. Okay, we need 12 grams. Now that's 100. Not bad, right? Okay, let's just dice that up. And then we want 150 grams of butter. Now, the Cornish pasty, believe it or not, dates back to medieval times. However, it's a bit trivial for you. It's more synonymous and famous with the kind of Cornish miners of the 1800s. And it's basically all your lunch packed into a pastry. Tonight we're going to do some casserole beef or braising steak, diced into about a centimetre, about the same size as your little finger, depending on how big your fingers are. Centimetre cubes of casserole meat or braising steak, stewing steak, whatever you want to call it, from whichever part of the world you're in. 400 grams of potatoes, and then some diced into centimetres, and then some swede, okay? That's it. Contrary to popular belief, there are no carrots, turnips, parsnips, anything like that in the traditional one. I got chewed out on the Insta and on Facebook for saying, no, you can't put that in there, so I'm not going to. It's just to affect the Cornish people. See, I've done KFC. No one from Kentucky got in touch and said, oh, you've got to do it, make sure you've got to do it this way. But as soon as you do a Cornish pasty, they've got some passion down there in Cornwall. They're like, no, you can't make properly. So, I'm gonna, let me just wash my hands. And I'll get the butter out of the fridge because I'm ill prepared, as always. And we want 150 grams of butter. Again, we're going to dice this up. Let's see how much there. I reckon that's about 150. Bang on. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? Could look like a right fool on TV. Okay, my hands are really fatty. So what I'm going to do is add this, dice it, and then I'm going to time lapse me mixing it because no one wants to see that, and we'll see what that at the end, okay? In a bit. Okay, so, hello. We have got our crumb, and like I said, it's like a crumble. If you ever made a pudding crumble, it's got butter and lard with the flour. Now the only difference with the crumble is that you have the same amount of sugar. Okay, so we've got our crumble, but we need a dough. Okay, so we're gonna make a little well in the bottom, and I'm gonna add 100 ml of cold water. Okay, and we're gonna make it into a dough. Once it's all bound together with the water, then we'll knead it for 3 or 4 minutes. Again, I'm gonna time lapse that. You don't need to see me kneading dough, and then we'll have it. We'll wrap it up nice and tight with some cling film, and we'll put it in the fridge to chill. Okay, and then we'll be ready for tonight. I'm excited. I'm always excited. It's just natural positivity. Can't be doing with the neggy vibes, man. Okay, so there's our dough. The water's made it all come together. It's not crummy anymore. I'm going to put a bit of flour down there actually in case it sticks to my wooden surface. Ideally this would be marble. If you do anything with pastry, you want to get a marble or a granite top marble because it stays cool, especially if you're doing tempering of chocolate and things like that. Okay, but I don't have one yet. If you want to send me one, please do. Get in touch, I'll give you my address. Wicked. Okay, I'm going to time lapse the knead and see you in a sec. Okay, so 3 or 4 minutes of kneading, quite important stuff, gets the gluten activated and working, and it gives it that little bit of elasticity. The pastry, you want a little bit of elasticity in the pastry. What I'm going to do now is just wrap it up in the cling film and put it in the fridge ready for tonight. Because of lockdown and supermarkets being diminished, this is brown flour. I would have had white, but they didn't have it in. Okay, so, like I said, wrapped up nice and tight in the fridge till tonight. 11 o'clock in the morning in the UK here, and I go live at 6 p.m. this evening. So, it'll be in there for a while. Time for me to go to the butchers and get the meat and the veggies from the grocers. And I'll do it all then. So that is your pasty, Cornish pasty pastry lesson. Get it done in advance before we cook tonight. Or whenever you see this video. Take it easy, guys. Bye.